Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, dwelling disagreements. The province is creating a new tribunal to settle condo disputes. Changing Chinatown, how effective have the city's efforts been to revitalize the downtown neighborhood? And wired for sound, why Edmonton's bomb squad is arming AGs with audio for Easter.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
After years of consultation, Alberta condo owners will soon have access to a dispute resolution tribunal. The province says it will be more affordable and more efficient than going to court. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has the details.
Condo owners can soon choose to skip the court system when trying to settle a dispute. A dispute resolution tribunal is coming this spring, similar to what BC and Ontario already have.
That can be costly and it can be time consuming. So having a condo tribunal dispute mechanism is going to give affordable, timely access to justice for condo owners.
The tribunal will also be able to handle issues over money sanctions, access to documents, and annual and special general meetings.
They're not going to be spending tens of thousands of dollars in special assessments down the road to fix something that should have been built properly in the first place.
Another change the province is making is requiring developers to get a technical analysis by an independent engineer or architect of new condos.
We know that condo owners, for many of them, it's their first home, and so they want to have some visibility to what future repair bills might look like and give them a chance to plan and prepare.
The local branch of the Canadian Condominium Institute says the tribunal has been the #1 ask for condo owners.
We're pleased to see that it will be a bit more of a limited jurisdiction when it first rolls out to really get the tribunal's feet wet and make sure that things can get processed in a reasonable amount of time.
Condo lawyer Roberto Noche says people can still get legal representation with this tribunal.
Opinions and feelings don't really play well in the tribunal because the tribunal has to make decisions based on evidence.
Filing an application will cost $150. Condo owners will also be asked for an annual $9 fee as of April 1st to fund the tribunal.
That $9 is $9 today. Over time it will increase because costs will eventually increase. So it's not a free service. It's a service that owners will pay whether they use it or not.
The province didn't give an exact date of when the tribunal will start this spring. Applications will only be accepted then. Owners will then have 1 year from the dispute to file an application. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Alberta Teachers Association is in court this week arguing Bill 2, the Back to School Act, should be suspended. The union is seeking an injunction pending the outcome of a broader legal challenge on the province's use of the notwithstanding clause. The clause was used in Bill 2 in October to force striking teachers back to work. The union says the move trampled the fundamental freedoms of teachers. The full hearing on its constitutionality is scheduled for September. A decision on the injunction is expected next week. If granted, it would mean teachers could legally resume strike action. Edmonton Public Schools wants to hire more than 300 teachers and educational assistants before the end of the school year. The division is looking to hire 101 teachers and 202 educational assistants to make up 3-person classroom complexity teams. It hopes to have the teams in place by April. Money for the teams was allocated by the province in February using leftover money from last year's budget. The complexity teams will add assistants in classrooms by helping to calm students, assist kids who are learning English, and offer additional activities. The Edmonton Public School Board says it's expediting the teacher hiring process and doubling the number of participants in its educational assistant internship program. Calgary's mayor is floating the idea of a plebiscite to push back against property tax hikes imposed by the Alberta government. Last week's provincial budget included substantial property tax increases for Edmonton and Calgary. Jeremy Farkas had a special meeting today to discuss what the city can possibly do about it. He says Calgary isn't seeing a return in investments coming back from the province. He compared the situation to federal equalization and says maybe it's time a plebiscite be held about payments to the province, similar to a provincial referendum question about equalization 5 years ago.
We want to be willing partners to be able to partner when we can. We want to partner as much as we possibly can, but we're willing to push back as well when we have to. And to see this level of overtaxation and underrepresentation, it begs some serious questions.
While the idea was discussed, no formal motion was made to start the process. The province is warning us about potential measles exposures last week at the Stollery Children's Hospital and University of Alberta Hospital. The alert covers multiple places in the Stollery and U of A hospitals, including the public area near the 112th Street entrance and both emergency departments. Anyone in those areas on Wednesday between 8:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. and on Saturday between 5:20 a.m. and 3 o'clock in the afternoon should watch for symptoms. Symptoms include a fever, cough, runny nose, and a rash, which usually begins behind the ears and on the face. If you develop measles symptoms, you should call the measles hotline before visiting a hospital or your doctor's office. Canada's Paralympic hockey team is getting ready to hit the ice in Italy. The team starts its quest for the gold on Saturday against Slovakia. A number of players and coaches are on the team from Alberta. They say people watching at home will be surprised by the game's speed and physicality. They also hope it will inspire people to get involved with sledge hockey.
We're going to make Canada proud, and we're excited to showcase the game. Any young athlete, the aspirations of, you know what, I want to put the maple leaf on and play for my country, well, they're going to start learning at a young age, so they have that opportunity to be able to play for their country.
Hockey Canada is setting up para-hockey programs across the country to help grow the sport. Local players hope sledge hockey can become big enough to include a women's division at the next Paralympics. The newest member of the Edmonton Oilers has arrived. On Monday, the Oilers traded a second-round draft pick to the Blackhawks for defenseman Connor Murphy, who arrived in Edmonton late yesterday. The 32-year-old has reached the playoffs once in his career and says winning is his top priority. He's excited to be in Edmonton, where he'll wear number 5, and says he'll embrace his role as a shutdown defenseman.
That's kind of all I've done. Yeah, my career has been a lot of penalty killing and defensive zone time. Not intentionally being in the D zone a lot, but sometimes we were in Chicago, and just where I'm comfortable, honestly, is more of my defending and using my instincts that way. And I've settled into that role for a few years now and been really comfortable doing it.
The Oilers' next game is Friday against the Carolina Hurricanes. The NHL trade deadline is also Friday. Josh, I've been considering a trade with Mother Nature. Let's swap out some of this cold weather and bring in some warm weather. It appears like my trade has been approved.
Yeah, done deal, and then it gets rescinded on Monday as some cooler air starts to drop back in. It is going to warm up nicely, though, for the next 4 days. -10 in Edmonton right now, -9 off to the northwest of the city. Daytime high so far today, -8.6. I think we may actually even get to -8.0 here before all is said and done with for today. You can see temperatures starting to change a little bit. -15 with the wind chill downtown, -20 south of the city, wind a little stronger at the airport. -17 is where we started the day. Again, -8 or -9 will end up as a daytime high. So one last day well below average before temperatures jump back above 0 starting tomorrow. Here's a look outside right now with the CTV drones, brought to you by Century Casinos. 3 great locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, Century Mile. Nice to see a bit of blue sky, some sunshine breaking through the clouds today. I think we'll see that cloud cover thicken up as we head through the evening and the overnight period tonight. There are flurries that have popped up here off to the west, but those should all fall apart before they hit the city. So just some increased cloud cover later on tonight, and then back to sunny breaks for tomorrow. You'll see temperatures drop to about -13 around midnight and then slowly start to climb. -10 when you wake up tomorrow morning, and 2, maybe even 3 for a daytime high tomorrow afternoon. Gets even warmer Friday, Saturday. We'll tell you how warm in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, how fraudsters are using artificial intelligence to scam Albertans.
Thursday on Your Morning, self-ageism and why women may be doing it without realizing, plus medical advice for those with menopause and perimenopause, and how having friends may help you live longer.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
It's been nearly 4 years since 2 men were killed in Chinatown on the same day, which reignited calls for the city to do more to support the area. Today, councillors heard feedback from the community on the investments the city has made since and what more can be done to revitalize Chinatown. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
This mural, dubbed the White Tiger of the West, is one example of how Chinatown is changing. Art installations, festivals, dining events, and the like are happening more often as people there make the most of the city's $480,000 vibrancy fund.
A lot of performances, celebrations, just a lot of happiness happening, right? And that's what we want to see.
City Council has made a deliberate effort to support Chinatown since 2 men were killed there on the same day in May 2022. First, a $1 million post-pandemic recovery fund fueled cultural events and many security upgrades for businesses. Recovery gave way to vibrancy efforts in 2024.
Really appreciate the work that's been happening to date in Chinatown. We've been seeing progress. More needs to happen.
Council intends to keep the vibrancy fund going through 2030. Its executive committee heard from community members on where to focus those dollars.
We're not asking you to save Chinatown. We're showing that Chinatown is already stepping up. Invest in that. Partner with that. Walk with that.
I've been seeing the positive change. At the same time, when I'm out there later at night, you can see a lot of folks that are still struggling, especially around the shelters.
Addiction, homelessness, and cleanliness are still major concerns in Chinatown, making it hard to shake the stigma around safety. Councillors asked city staff for a report on a possible community cleanup program.
There's a lot of things happening in Chinatown that's out of the city's control. But I do think cleanliness is something that is within our control, and I am very much welcome new creative solutions.
Councillor Tang also wants to explore removing this old rail bridge and offering housing incentives for the area.
Over the years, we've been investing in lots of different things, but I think infrastructure, capital upgrades is really important.
Between neighborhood renewal, replacing the Harbin Gate, and overhauling Mary Burley Park, the city is already spending more than $80 million on infrastructure in Chinatown, a new foundation for the community's future. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Mounties are looking for help with a fatal crash investigation in northern Alberta last month. Police released dashcam images of a black Ford F-150. Police say the truck passed a semi that was hauling lumber in bad weather and forced the semi into a head-on collision course with another semi that was hauling petroleum. The rig avoided the pickup and rolled in the ditch. The semi driver later died and the pickup driver did not stop. It happened near Smoky River on February 18th. Mounties want to hear from anyone who has information. Police are reminding us fraud can affect anyone in any stage of life, especially as artificial intelligence becomes more prevalent. Edmonton Police and RCMP marked the start of Fraud Prevention Month with an information session today. Police say AI is making scams more dangerous because it can polish language, create a highly personalized message, and fake voices. You can still look out for fraud tactics, which are almost always the same.
They're still preying on urgency. They're still putting out bait about some sort of tax return or prize, but they're using AI to facilitate it. So as long as you can identify kind of that underlying fraud tactic of making you act before you think, the AI is just a component of it.
Mounties say once fraud is successful, money is usually lost forever. It also says prosecuting fraud can be difficult, especially if it originates overseas. The provincial government is putting more money towards reducing tailings ponds. $46 million will be divided among several recipients. The money is meant to advance oil sands mine water management and tailings pond reclamation. The environment minister says tailings ponds were never meant to be a permanent solution, and new technology is used to clean water and reclaim land.
This funding is going to 9 real-world projects that will make a real difference. This includes technologies to help filter and reuse water, reducing how much water gets stored in tailings ponds, and it includes technologies to treat and remove chemicals from the mine water.
CNRL, Imperial, and Suncor are among the companies that will receive portions of the funding. Still to come tonight on CTV News, Run to You, Brian Adams' latest tour, making 2 stops in Alberta this summer.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Firefighters ascended to the roof of Fire Hall 2 in St. Albert this morning for an annual fundraiser. They're spending 3 nights there to raise money for Muscular Dystrophy Canada. The disease causes muscles to become weaker and lose mass over time. Camping out in the cold can simulate the challenges facing people with muscular dystrophy. The participating firefighters say they will be making the most of it.
I'll DJ this event as well, so I also love playing music, and it keeps the spirits high when it gets colder, when it's darker. Getting some music, getting some movement, gets people going.
The firefighters are hoping to surpass last year's fundraising total by collecting more than $50,000. In-person donations are encouraged. You can also donate online. Josh,
I wonder what kind of songs DJ Nate goes. What's his go-to?
You're going to have to stop by one of these days and check it out.
He's got a little Cold as Ice playing up there. It's warming up, though, over the next couple of days. So it'll be, if you're, for the firefighters camping out, it is going to be a little bit more tolerable. -10 right now as you look through the River Valley Skycam. It's brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Cloudy with a few sunny breaks out there. And we'll see a few more sunny breaks tomorrow. I don't think we get into bright blue skies anytime over the next couple of days, but at least we're seeing a bit of sun. -19 Fort McMurray right now. It's -11 in Grand Prairie and Red Deer. Jasper, 3 degrees. That is so far the daytime high. Wind hasn't been that bad in Edmonton, but again, it's been stronger in eastern and northeastern Alberta. So -25 to -30 range for wind chill. There's your flurries that have popped up in through parts of the Peace Country and off to the west of the Edmonton area. Again, this is falling apart. Not expecting to see any of that in the Edmonton region tonight, although the cloud cover may thicken up. So mostly cloudy skies through this evening and overnight tonight. You get a little bit of snow that'll track across north and northeastern Alberta tomorrow morning. Looks like it kind of dodges Fort McMurray, but there might be 1 or 2 centimeters for parts of northeastern Alberta. Here in Edmonton, yeah, again, similar to today, cloudy with a few sunny breaks. I think off to the west and southwest, you might see a few flurries pop up in through the foothills. But our next best chance at seeing some light snow or some flurries comes Friday morning. Little pocket drifts through here. That probably doesn't amount to all that much. Gives way to some sunshine in the afternoon. But for the morning commute Friday, there may be a bit of snow falling. -10 tomorrow morning in Edmonton. We'll drop to about -13 later on tonight, and then temperatures will start to climb. -18 in Fort McMurray to start the day. -10 and -12 for Grand Prairie and Red Deer. -3, big warm-up on the way for Fort McMurray tomorrow. Same goes for Cold Lake. You're up to a -2 tomorrow. Should be 3 or 4 degrees above zero, though, with some sunshine in Grand Prairie. Jasper, Red Deer, handful of degrees above the freezing mark and near zero in through east central Alberta. Here in the city, -13 around midnight, -10 tomorrow morning, and then by lunchtime, close to zero, and in the early to mid-afternoon hours, should get a degree or 3 above the freezing mark. Midnight Friday is the bonus prize deadline in the Mighty Millions Lottery. You can support the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation. And if you get your tickets by midnight Friday, you're in to win a Porsche Cayenne or $120,000 cash. Go to MightyMillionsLottery.com. So there's your chance of flurries Friday morning. Otherwise, mixed sun and cloud, 5 degrees for a high on Friday. Don't forget time change this weekend and big warm up Saturday, Sunday. I know there are some forecasts saying 17 Saturday. A little aggressive. Maybe we get to double digits. I don't think we're getting to 17. Temperatures will cool off again next week. -2 Monday and back into the -3 to -8 range. But in the short term, nice little warming trend for the next 4 days.
The clocks go ahead. Why can't the Mercury as well? Josh, thank you. Bryan Adams will be performing in Red Deer and Lethbridge this summer. Adams will be in Red Deer on September 10th during his cross-country tour. Roll with the Punches makes a stop at the Marching Crane Centrium in Westerner Park. Ticket sales begin Friday at 10 a.m. Special guest Lights will join Adams on this tour. The only other tour stop in Alberta is Lethbridge on September 8th. When we return, triggered on Easter, why Edmonton's bomb squad is working on dozens of eggs ahead of the holiday.
Policing just isn't about just enforcement.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Coming up on CTV News, what caused a bright light and sonic boom across BC's south coast last night, plus why more than 100,000 Canadians seeking help in the Middle East could have a tough time getting home. And NATO air defenses shoot down an Iranian missile headed towards Turkey as the conflict expands further. Those stories and more on CTV National News and CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. The Edmonton Police Service Bomb Unit is gearing up for a very important mission, its annual Beeping Egg project. It gives kids who are visually impaired a chance to take part in an Easter egg hunt. CTV's Amanda Anderson has the story.
This mission isn't about diffusing devices. Instead, the Edmonton Police Bomb Unit is infusing sound into these bright-colored eggs.
They're tinkerers by trade. They like opening stuff up and seeing what's in it. This is just kind of adding back to it, tinkering to put something back together. That's fun for kids.
The team will make 60 beeping eggs to add to its collection of 200 made over the years.
Shells are all custom printed on a 3D printer. What's nice with this, the newer, smaller egg that we're using this year is that it's an even simpler circuit of just connecting wires to the switch and a battery.
Later this month, the team will hide the eggs as part of an Easter egg hunt for kids who are visually impaired.
They weren't able to participate in Easter egg hunts because they can't see the eggs, but these Easter eggs that emit this auditory sound allows them to participate.
There were just 18 kids when the Beeping Egg project started 5 years ago. Now at least 40 take part. Detective Ryan Catcher says seeing the kids and how they respond to an Easter egg hunt designed to include them has been emotional.
I've seen kids their first year being very timid and needing help and guidance, to the second year where they've been able to go out by themselves, do it on their own, gaining that independence and that confidence and having the fun themselves. And we get to see that, and we get to see the change in their life.
The Beeping Egg project is funded by the Edmonton Police Foundation, which relies on donations for this and other community projects.
To utilize the unique skill sets of the Edmonton Police Service members and to connect them to community. Policing just isn't about just enforcement, but it is about compassion, service, and serving the community and connecting one another.
Registration for this year's Beeping Easter Egg Hunt can be done through the CNIB. It's happening at TELUS World of Science on March 28th. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.